Here's 3 options from front headlock. Check them out. Let me know what you think. We're going to look at attacking from front headlock. Just like some other options we've shown before, I want to look at getting this elbow chopped in so he doesn't have that post, right? It's going to make him, at the very least, feel vulnerable to that side and have to give a big response. If we do that, of course, it could lead into back takes and going behind. But for right now, we're going to focus on our chokes from the front. So as I'm here, I'm going to start my chin strap again. My shoulder's going to be on the back of his head. Opposite hand is going to start out on that tricep or elbow. So as I'm here, I want to make sure that right now, of course, I'm talking in real time. I want to be weight bearing, right? I want this knee off the floor, my leg out. I want to make sure he's carrying my weight. But for now, I'm going to stay down just so we can kind of walk through these motions. As I'm here, I'm going to go to a connection where I'm going to go palm down with my choking hand. So my hand comes off the chin, goes palm down in the center of his chest. Opposite hand is going to gable grip, palm to palm, and I'm going to chop with that bottom hand at the lowest point on his elbow. So as I go, I'm going to chop, my head's going to drop down. Now on our first option, it's a great option, but I think it's going to be our lowest percentage, right? It's going to be the one that gets us the biggest responses, but more often than not, I think it'll be tough to maybe finish it. For me, it personally is. So as I go, I'm going to chop, my head's going to go down, my head goes in the hole, I'm going to start to walk around. I'm going to squeeze my elbows together and pull my choking arm back and retract that back elbow. So as I'm here, my head goes in, I'm going to chop, squeeze, and pull back. What I find a lot is I'm always hunting that choke because I like it, but that big response comes. So option 2 would be when that response comes and he puts resistance back to separate that shoulder from his neck, that's where I can go center line shift and go to that high elbow guillotine. So as we're here, I want the first one. I have to sell it too. I can't just, do this half-heartedly. As he drives away, my head's going to go the opposite way. I'll punch that hand that started everything off. It was in the chest all the way through, knuckles to his shoulder, and now I'm going to make my grip. I know there's a ton of good grips here. For me personally, just due to lack of flexibility, I like to just grab the outside of my pinky and go over the top, right? Another thing I like to do, for a while, I would jump through too far. He would catch that momentum, roll through, and bring me to the wrong side. So what I'm going to try to do is, I want to step deep with my outside leg. I want to slide deep with my inside leg. But when I sit, I'm not going to start off sitting to my side. I'm going to sit almost square to my butt for a second. So as I'm here, I step, slide, but I'm going to sit back a bit. Right? So that now, if he looks to roll, I'm going to set my legs first. So now I have my inside leg to keep contact with him, my outside leg to hook, and now I can sit to my side, and I should be able to get my tap. Worst case scenario, if he rolls this way, I have a hook with my leg. I can pull myself up and look to finish. But I think if we square our butt, and settle on this side, it puts a little resistance on that shoulder, so he can't just blow through the other side. So one more time on that. I'm going to go to my shoulder choke first, so I pull him forward, I lock, head goes in the hole, I'm going to start to walk around. I don't want to keep walking, I'm going to stay in front and look to focus on my gripping. So my elbows chop, my forearms, my choking arm, the one around his neck, retracts and pulls back. And you'll get guys to tap plenty of times there. But a seasoned guy feels that pressure. He knows it's from this arm. He's going to drive back into me. Now I can cup the outside of the arm to keep contact with it, shift my head, punch my hand through. I like to grip just my pinky so I can come over the top. That's the grip that's easiest for me. I'm going to step, baseball slide in, but I'm going to sit back for a second here. Right? It's different than an arm and guillotine. I'm not worried about him flattening me out here. My grip is going to be what's kind of the driving factor in getting the finish. So I'm not worried about being flat. Now I'll sit to my side and I can squeeze and get my tap. I hook this leg as far as I can. So if he does roll, my leg should be in a position where the momentum just brings me up. Option 3 is going to be our Anaconda choke, if I can keep that arm trapped. So as I come off the chin here, I go in the center of his chest again. I make that connection with my hands. I chop. My head's still going to come down and go in the hole. Now, one thing that I don't like to do from here, and it could be for me because I have short arms, but I think it's beneficial for everybody, is I don't like to make this rear naked choke grip early, right? If I make this grip early, in my mind, I'm making this as a box. This is as tight as it can get the entire time, right? This grip can shift. When I make that gable grip with a connection around his neck, this grip can shift and shorten and tighten as I need as we roll through. So I'm going to keep my gable grip till the end. Another thing I want to do here, as I chop this arm, my head comes down. I don't want to roll back and backstep and try to pull him over, because now if he shifts his weight to his right, the far side, the opposite of where I'm going, now I'm just hanging here. Right? If I bring my hips back, I can't pull him. I want to step, whatever hand is on the choking arm around his neck, that leg's going to take a step toward it. I want to slide through his center line with my outside leg. So as I'm here, I chop, I'm going to step and slide through. So now I'm under him. And chopping on this elbow is what's going to bring him over. Now, I want to think about keeping this arm down, but it's got to go in two places, right? I have to keep his arm down, but I also have to get in proper position along his neck. I don't want to use my outside leg or my top leg just to reinforce the height of his arm. That's what my forearm's for, so I chop down right away and give resistance. I want to use my leg, yes, to reinforce that so he can't go to the ceiling with his arm and get away, but I also want to use it to knock his arm down into place across his neck. So as I go, I'm going to lift my leg up, slap with the inside of my thigh at like a 45-degree angle, try to hammer it into place. All right, so I'm chopping down. This is height control. This is angle control, my leg. I chop down, hammer it down. Now I can start to walk. Now make sure when we cinch our grip up, I'm going to punch this grip through, but I don't want to go long here and let him hand fight his way out. So as I go, as much as it'll make it a little more rigid, I'd like to kind of stay north of his rib cage when I shoot it. I want to get that good bite on my bicep. Opposite hand goes to his ribs. Now I can walk and chase the feet. For me, I have short legs. I probably won't get there, but that motion should do it. I'm going to go big back, and the last thing I'll do is a 10% squeeze.